if you have a mouth that can accommodate an entire cock, or a throat that can accommodate an entire cock.
Oh God, please send us a message, because
it's nice to not have your nose completely buried in 5 inches of fur.
Welcome to Swinger University, your horizontal enrichment program. Lessons that make you hot for teacher all over again. Here are your hosts, Ed and Phoebe.
Hi, this is Ed.
And this is Phoebe.
Today we're talking about manscaping. There really is nothing like a shorn scrotum. It's breathtaking. I suggest you try it. In addition to shaving my balls, I have a regimen where I adhere to before all our playdates.
But before we get into the episode, we're going to thank one of our newest Patreon members. I can't wait you.
Thank you very much for your sponsorship and the entertaining screen name.
I know. I love it. I like to say it. I can't wait you. I can't wait you. Oh my God. It's perfect.
So, manscaping. Why manscape?
Yes.
Why go through that? Well, first off, gentlemen, ladies appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to look at.
And more importantly, there are some safety risks here, because if your balls are really hairy, there's a good chance she might choke on all of the hair.
Gosh.
So trimming or reducing the coverage down there goes a long way to making oral sex on you more pleasant, so you might actually get more blowjobs.
That's true. I do love to suck balls. It makes you a little nervous, so I always go slow, but
Gentle, honey.
I love the feeling in my mouth. It's fun to just pop one in and roll it around and lick and suck. I'd do it more if you weren't so nervous about it, but you get so nervous. I'm very, very gentle, but I could tell you.
Clearly, I just need more practice.
I'm just going to do it more.
Discipline.
Yeah, that's it. Screw you. I'm just going to do it.
And there's another really key aspect to this that I want to bring up. And one of the steps in my routine is trimming my fingernails.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually really, really important if you like fingering women.
Yeah. Any kind of finger play, honestly. I mean, you don't want scratchy nails.
A little bit of nail for the texture to give some sensation and some tingly kind of play.
Right.
But if you're full on finger banging action, you're just blasting her with your fingers, as they like to say.
Or doing your squirt technique.
Right. Having trimmed nails can actually make the difference between ending a play session abruptly and violently, or being able to go all night.
Yes.
I am speaking from experience.
Me too.
This shit has gone sideways before, so
yes,
we'll get into that.
Oh, we're going to get into that? Okay,
I will discuss that a little bit more, so to speak, or at least the trimmage. The other aspect of manscaping is it makes your cock look good.
Oh, bigger?
It actually can visually add to the length of your penis. So, gentlemen, if you want to add a little bit of length to your penis, having your pubic hair trimmed back, you can see more of the cock. It's not hiding in the shrubs, right? You're not losing the base of it in the shrubbery.
Right.
It's all exposed.
Shrubbery.
So, all of those get a bigger cock because you take the horny goat weed or whatever, that doesn't work. But trimming your pubic hair will actually visually make it look bigger.
Yes. And if you have a mouth that can accommodate an entire cock, or a throat that can accommodate an entire cock.
Oh God, please send us a message, because
It's nice to not have your nose completely buried in 5 inches of fur. Just, maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. You'll go into just what length is nice. But whatever you do, I like it because I can still breathe when I'm down there.
Right.
Actually, if I can get down there, but I usually can't.
Yeah. Less tickling of the nose, if you will.
Yes.
Just like a haircut and not looking like a slob, it looks like you took the time to prepare for the date.
Yes.
You made the effort, if you will.
I like that.
And here's the other thing. Trimming your hair up, it actually draws attention down to that because you can see more of what's going on down there, so it's less hidden. And her eyes will get drawn down to your penis, which of course is like a fishing tackle. You're just kind of dangling it out there, luring the fish in.
I see.
Come get some. And here's the other thing. All of the grooming and the effort that you put up front helps with first impressions. So if you look sloppy, you're not helping yourself. So you better have a really good personality if you're not well groomed because you're starting off on a bad foot.
Yeah.
But if you're well groomed, you might be able to make a couple social faux pas and she'll be like, yeah, he said some weird stuff, but you know what? He looked and smelled really good.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Let's go into my routine. This is what I do. Most of these steps, almost all of them on a pretty regular basis when I go out on play dates. First and foremost, start with the face, right? They're going to look in your eyes. They're going to look at your face. Shave your face. Now, I've tried electric razors, a whole bunch of different ones, the foil ones, the rotary ones. Don't like the rotary. Foil was better for me. So like your Braun shaver that has a foil shaver, really close shave, works really well. But you know what? There's nothing quite like a regular safety razor and shaving cream. It's quick, it's easy. You don't have to clean it or maintain it. It's cheap in comparison to an electric razor and kind of that upfront cost.
Right.
And you get a really good shave from them. Now, I will say, I don't go for the whole 5, 12, 150 blade razors that they're trying to sell us on.
Right.
I love a 3-bladed razor. I've tried safety razors with the old school straight razor kind of thing.
Oh.
Not like barbershop quartet kind of straight bladed razor. I have thought about that.
I know you
haven't tried it yet. But just, your good old fashioned mid-90s 3-bladed razor before they get fancy and decided to upcharge everybody.
Yeah. And so why is that?
Well, one, the blades are a little bit further apart, which means it doesn't clog as much.
Oh.
So as you're shaving, it's much easier to rinse it out. Those 5 blades, they pack those suckers in there, and it is almost impossible to keep it clean, which makes the shave rougher and will dull the blades faster because you're actually re-chopping the hair if it's stuck in there.
Oh, ew. Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Interesting.
So a 3-blade razor will not only be cheaper, but it'll also be easier to clean out. That's my thing. Number 1 rule, never use disposable razors.
No, I've also had that experience on my legs and on my hoo-ha, and it is not recommended.
I mean, don't shave if you only have a disposable razor. Literally go for the 5 o'clock shadow because the sliced carotid artery is not nearly as it's bad. Don't do it. First rule of shaving There's some really good like YouTube videos on how to get like a really good shave with like the heated wrap and all that kind of stuff. For me, the big trick is using shaving cream of some sort, and I use the standard foamy stuff. Like I don't even use the nice gel.
I bought you some fancy stuff, and you're like, meh.
It was very moisturizing, and it was too thick, and it clogged the blades.
Oh, I wonder if it would work with the blades now.
Probably not, because I always use the 3-blade.
Oh,
So
bummer.
That really nice shaving cream that you got me was super good for my skin. Not so much fun for shaving. Like I could not get it to rinse out properly because it had so many like lubricants and oils in it.
Right.
So it just didn't break down in the water. So good soapy, like the Gillette brand, whatever, the cheapest stuff. I can't remember what the brand name is, but Barbasol. The shaker can kind of shaving cream.
Nice and foamy.
Nice and foamy. Lasts forever. You don't need a whole bunch, just enough to get a good, 1/4-inch layer on your face. Good to go. Mm-hmm. And rinse the blade often. So 1 stroke across the face, rinse it out, and that way you don't have to bang the razor out and knock the hair out.
I remember when we first started swinging, you went through a whole bunch of research about shaving your face because you were going to be giving a lot of oral, and so you really wanted to make sure you had the cleanest shave, and you didn't want to ruin that opportunity, which is really important because sometimes your opportunity window is really small.
Right.
And you have to be prepared.
Well, and like I said, first impressions, right? If you go down on her and she was like, yeah, it was actually pretty good oral, except for the fact that he abraded my clit right off of my body, and I don't ever want him going down there again.
Exactly.
So
oh
nice,
God.
Cleanly shaven face is good. Or if you're patient enough, letting it grow out long enough so that it's a little softer.
Yes.
You can do it. But you're going to have to experiment with your significant other to get the length right.
Right.
And that,
which we've done.
Which we have done. And there are pros and cons to having a clean shaven face versus, that nice kind of organic mountain man look.
Well, yes. And I had sex with a mountain man, and he had a very nice beard and goatee, full facial hair, and it was so soft. And I asked him what he used, and it was this basically a beard oil or a conditioner that softened the hair. It was fabulous.
And if you've got the patience for it, you can definitely go to it.
Right.
Even the mountain men, I'm going to suggest that you trim around the lips, because kissing a mouthful of fur is still not great.
True.
So, you got to keep the hairs off the lips, which kind of brings me to the next tool, which I'm going to talk about with trimming the eyebrows, because we went from the jawline. We're going to go up above your eyes now.
Oh my, eyebrows. Okay.
Eyebrows. Yeah, I trim my eyebrows. As I've gotten older, I get some stray crazy hairs that get super crazy long.
I do too, honestly. It's annoying.
They're freaky and weird.
They are. They're like really thick and they don't bend.
No. And they
and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Right. So I've had a couple different electric trimmers for basically touching up hair on my face, trimming my chest hair, things like that. And they have an attachment with this particular model, and I'll have a link in the show notes for this one. It's the Norelco Multi-Groom, and there's a particular model.
Multi-pass?
I did a lot of research on electric trimmers.
You did.
I have a standard wall trimmer that I use for trimming my hair.
WAHL.
WAHL. Great trimmer. Great for haircuts. For body trimming, I actually went with the Norelco Multi-Groom. There were a couple others. There's some really popular ones. I won't mention their name. I looked at them, may actually have manscaping in the name, but anyway, and kind of mixed reviews on it. They were fairly expensive. They had a nice gold-plated blade. People were super,
Jazzed.
they put a lot of money into advertising. I'll put it that way. And what I'm an Amazon guy, and I look at the reviews, and I want to see like 70 or more 5-star ratings before I buy a product. And this particular one hit that mark. It's got a bunch of different attachments, brushes for the blades, so you can get different lengths and for different parts of your body. So they've got a specific trimmer attachment for your eyebrows. You could trim your hair with it if you really needed to. They have a wide blade.
Like head hair or body hair?
Yeah, head hair.
Okay.
They have combs for body hair, and they're all marked. Now, the markings aren't great, and I had to use a little bit of a like white paint into the molded in lettering so that I could actually see it. Eyes aren't great.
So we're talking chest hair, back hair, all
hair,
that,
back hair,
leg hair, if you want
hair,
whatever.
Even pubic hair, like trimming around. I would not recommend it for trimming your balls, and I'll get into that.
Okay.
But any hair that's kind of reasonable length, even trimming up your beard. They've got some good lengths for trimming that. Nose hair and ear hair also.
Oh my.
So that's the Norelco Multi-Groom, which I recommend. The other thing that I do with my eyebrows, and this may be shocking, that's okay. I do pluck.
What?
Yeah. So
I know you do.
I'm not shaping my eyebrows. I'm not trying to make a dramatic, outline.
Dun,
But I don't want the random hairs like in the middle where the bridge of my nose
like
is.
a little unicorn horn?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Good, thank you.
And anything that's kind of like below the main eyebrow, like down into your eyelids area or above into your forehead, like, I pluck those fuckers out. I don't go for that.
Like, why is this hair in the middle of my forehead? Oh, that's a straight eyebrow.
It's the equivalent of having like a little patch of grass growing in the middle of your driveway.
Oh my God.
Right? Like you mow the lawn and you're like, what is that doing over there?
Yeah.
Don't want it. Pluck it out.
Thank you.
And get a nice set of tweezers. They're not that expensive. Get a nice set of tweezers. They work really well to pluck out. All right, let's move
Borrow
on.
your wife's tweezers.
Well, get your own because your wife's going to hide them in different places.
That's
and
true.
She reorganizes her little cupboard thing, and then you can't. Ever
And we're
anything.
particular and picky about our grooming tools. Okay.
100%. Gentlemen, get your own because if you forget to return it, you'll also get in trouble.
Yes.
Okay. So, trim the eyebrows, pluck the eyebrows. Let's move on to the ears.
Ears. When do we get down below?
Fuzzy little ears. I will get to the cock. Just wait.
Oh my gosh.
Just wait.
Such a tease.
Wait. I will eventually whip it out for you.
Oh, please.
The other thing that you'll want to trim is your nose hairs. There's nothing like going in for that nice romantic kiss, having some strays just going. Don't do it. And that Norelco trimmer has a nose trimmer too, and so far it hasn't pinched or done anything weird, painful.
That's cool.
You can pluck. It is extraordinarily painful to pluck nose hairs if you haven't
Eye-watering.
done it. Yeah.
We've all done it.
The other trimming that I'll do too is right around the hairline. So you go in for your haircut periodically, and a lot of places, especially barbershops, you can go in and get, your neckline trimmed up, but you got to drive to the barbershop. So with a trimmer, like the Norelco trimmer, you can actually trim around your ears. So your hair starts to get a little long and it kind of hangs over your ears a little bit. Just trim that up. Just go whoop, right around the ear. And that,
In between haircuts.
In between haircuts.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Trimming your fingernails and your toenails. There's nothing like looking at the crazy, weird,
Oh my God, please, the toenails.
bizarre toenails.
And the fingernails.
And the fingernails.
Yes.
Like, no woman is going to want you to stick those things anywhere near her.
No.
And if she looks down at your feet and
Yeah.
she goes, oh, holy crap, what is that?
Yeah.
Not a good first impression. You're like,
No.
you're all bow, chicka, wow, wow. You're stripping your clothes off, and then your shoes
But
come
usually
off.
I just stick the cock in my face and just get busy and close my eyes and then forget
pretend
that
like
I even...
they're not there.
Yes.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Not a good look, gentlemen. The other part about trimming your nails is get yourself a nice nail file. Mm-hmm. And what you can do is you can actually feel how sharp your nails are by just kind of, scratching your skin or even scratching your nail across like your thumb skin. You can feel how sharp it is. Mm-hmm. When you first trim your nails, they're sharp. Like there's a squared edge to them.
Yep.
So if you use a fingernail file, you can actually soften that edge up a little bit, and ladies will appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. They also have what we have is a sponge. It's a square rectangular sponge with filing stuff.
It's
all
exactly
around
like
it.
the sponges that you use for woodworking, but for nails. It's an abrasive sponge.
And we do that, and we just curb off that edge.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
File works really good.
Glass file. I love the glass files.
Those
if you
are
don't
pretty
have
cool.
one, a good glass file. Some of them are kind of cheap and they're weird and they get useless after a little while. But if you can find a good one, they're really nice. They last forever.
I bought my own, just like I have my own tweezers, so I don't have to beg to borrow Phoebe's. I have my own damn file.
Yes.
The technique that I've used too for my nails is to not go crossways, but to go up and down.
Yes.
And you kind of round the edge instead of filing it straight across. So instead of perpendicular, you're going to go vertical.
It's like the burr on a knife when you're sharpening knives. Kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
We'll go with that.
Okay, good.
And like I said, once again, I can't be clear enough with this. Filing your nails, getting them nice and smooth, is a safety precaution for the ladies.
Are we going to get to the part that
how I damaged you for a play night? Yes. Okay, so we were getting a little frisky before a play date.
A little.
It was actually a hotel takeover. Mm-hmm. We were getting very frisky. Mm-hmm. And I was fingering Phoebe. Mm-hmm. And somehow I pulled out a little too far. And when I pushed back in, I know what it was. I think your hips shifted a little bit. I
shifted my hips. I moved my hips. Yeah, because I was getting excited.
It was a midair collision. We'll just call
it was bad.
And I ended up basically scratching her inner labia. Yeah. Right below her clit. Yeah. There was blood. Not a lot, but there was blood, and it was stingy and bad.
Yeah. And you could... Yeah, it was red. Bad. You could see the scratch. It was bad.
So we almost missed out on that event because of bad nail grooming. Yes. So don't do it. Don't do it. You got to be prepared for the game. Yes. You got to train for this stuff.
Yes. I will also say when your nails are a little sharp, because you're not grooming your nails every single day, and we're having sex, spontaneously. And so sometimes when you're fingering me, that I think it's the ring finger, because you put
the pinky finger. I know which one you're talking about.
The anchor finger, the
kind of scratches on the inside of the thigh, or
down, inside the thigh, or by the little
creasy part, the between the vagina and the leg,
and the leg and the butt. Yeah,
and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. It's that bowling ball finger position. Mm-hmm. That pinky finger, that pinky nail, will sometimes scratch.
It gets sharp, and it's very distracting, and it will throw me off.
It will. It's bad. Don't do it.
Yes. So
trimming regularly helps a lot, but specifically if you're going to go on a play date, you damn well better trim your shit.
Yes.
I also sand my feet. So this is all before I've gotten in the shower. So I'm doing all the trimming and shaving and plucking and all that kind of stuff. Sanding my feet so they're nice and soft. So if I'm rubbing on a nice lady and I'm cuddling with her, my scratchy oak calloused feet don't scratch her.
Right. I do the same thing, but yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. We're trimmed, we're plucked, we're sanded.
Did we get down below yet?
Buffed. We're getting there. We're really close.
Oh,
this is all the
such a
foreplay
tease.
Before we get to the testicles.
My God.
Flip the shower on. Get the water going.
Oh, my Lord.
Now...
What?
And this part I'm going to gloss over because this is pretty standard operating procedure for taking a shower. I'm assuming that everybody who's listening takes showers. So the slight extra with this is exfoliating. So you're getting hot, you're getting sweaty, she's scratching on you. You don't want dead skin coming off under her nails. That's really gross.
So gross.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So much of this is... You did what?
Ew, like flick. What the fuck is under my nails?
Right.
Ew, a hair.
Although it's I won't go there.
Sorry.
So,
not sexy.
We have a one of those like nylon scrubbies. It's not a loofah, but it's kind of a scrubby. Those work pretty good.
It's okay, but
the grade A #1 awesome exfoliator.
Yep.
You'll go through them quickly though because the seams they tear. If you've got a better one, let us know. But the one that we've been using is one called Dermasuri, and there's a link to it. It's really cool. Like it's got a nice, like shark skinny kind of texture to it. Like it's toothy. But it doesn't hurt. It's not scratchy, but it does. It will like totally exfoliate. It's great.
So the trick with this, I got this and I turned Ed onto it. The trick with it is that you want moist skin. You just don't want your skin really wet. So what I do is I get in the shower, get my skin moist, and then I'll stand outside of the shower, do other things while my skin...
the spray of the shower.
Correct.
Right.
Or if I look down and I see a lot of water droplets on my arm or something, I'm going to exfoliate there. I just like brush off my arm, right? Yeah. Get the excess
finger
off,
squeegee
right?
Thing.
And then I go over my skin with that mitt. Oh my God, it's really disgusting. You can see the skin literally rolling up off the mitt. Not everywhere on your body, but certain parts.
Yeah.
Usually my torso.
Shoulders, the backs of the arms, those areas that you don't really spend a lot of time scrubbing. Most people get in the shower, you like clean your armpits, you clean your junk.
And I'm out. I'm a quick shower because I take a couple showers a day depending on what activities we're doing. So, so yes, this mitt will make your skin buttery soft. If you're a lady and you have no hair, you are super soft. And then if you put cream on after that, oh my goodness, you are just...
Ladies, put the cream on.
You're like the best dessert ever. Oh.
Rub the lotion.
Yes. In a sexy way.
And it's, not in that disturbing serial killer way, but
right. It rubs the lotion.
And I'll let you in. A friend of mine gave me some really cool soap. He found it. I like it.
Yeah.
Phoebe really likes it. It smells really good.
It does.
It's a company called Man-Made Wash, and I put a link to it. I have to refill because I have like a little tub, a little jar of it. The sample was great. Like I use it for special occasions because it's not just getting clean. It's like getting clean and smelling good afterwards. Okay, so this is going to sound weird, but I swear it smells really good.
It does.
Sweet tobacco.
Yes.
And I just discovered on Amazon that they have like a spiced vanilla and there's a mahogany flavored one, but they're kind of manly, not musky, but like earthy smells to them. And tobacco, at least this particular one, it's kind of sweet and
Yeah.
like pungent, but not in a stinky cigar sense of it. Like,
Right.
like a sweet but rich smell to it.
Exactly. That's a very good way to describe that.
You don't smell like flowers, guys.
No,
You
no.
You smell manly.
Yeah. Without stinking. They did a really good job with that scent. I'm impressed.
It's a great soap. It's super good. Mm-hmm. I like the smell of it.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Because I love it.
Standard shampoo and conditioner. Clean your hair. The technique, from what I've heard from hairdressers and from people, is just like a dime-sized
Yep.
dollop of
On
shampoo,
your fingertips.
and you shampoo it into the base of your hair.
Yeah, so
not like all over the place.
Right.
You're basically cleaning the scalp and the root of the hair, and then you kind of work your way out. I have short hair. I just stick it on the top
Yeah.
because
You're
I
right.
ain't got time for that.
I use that technique because I have colored hair and my hair is really long, so I definitely do just clean at the root.
So, gentlemen, if you've got Fabio hair and you've got the long, luscious
Clean
locks,
at the root.
start at the roots, work your way out. Your hair will actually benefit from not being scrubbed and
Dry it out. Mm-hmm. It'll get
manhandled.
clean when you rinse out the rest of the shampoo. Yeah.
Right. Well, and the reason your hair isn't clean is because of the oils from your scalp, not because of the hair itself.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So your scalp
Reason
emits
your-
oils.
Yeah.
That gets into the base of your hair, into the roots of your hair,
Right.
but not typically onto the ends.
True.
So
But
the oily part of your hair is usually the roots.
yes.
And that's what the shampoo is for.
Right. It does get out like, environmental stuff, and pollens and whatnot. But
100%.
usually the stuff that just washes off the scalp cleaning as you're rinsing.
It helps. Yeah.
It's so funny we're talking about all of this.
I know. It's important stuff.
It's a swinger podcast. We're talking about showering.
Gentlemen, if you work in a hazardous environment, you work in
construction,
or you spray, or you work in a place that's like highly antiseptic, like you're a nurse or a doctor,
or a restaurant.
Maybe you're a chef or you're wait staff or whatever.
You have to shower every day.
Rinsing your hair all the way out, cleaning your hair all the way out is more important. If you've got a silly desk job like I do,
Right.
you sit in front of a computer all day,
Probably not.
I don't get that dirty.
But I will do it if I've been in the yard a lot, in the where pollen and
dust and the
stuff,
pollen and all
right?
that, yeah.
So if you've got a lot of allergies, they always suggest that you shower then before you go to bed, so you don't sleep. It does in that pollen stuff. It doesn't get on your pillow, etc., etc.
Guess what I'm going to talk about now, Phoebe?
Oh my God! Are we finally to the balls part?
Yep, I'm going to talk about balls.
Oh God! Thank goodness.
All right. So we got an email from a listener who talked about rushing for his date, doing his manscaping.
Oh my gosh!
He was trimming with a razor, and I guess he cut his scrotum.
Oh yeah.
I have
a story
knocking
too.
on wood. I have never cut the scrotum.
I have a story.
Do you have a story too?
I do. But go ahead, continue.
Let's get through this story, and then we can do the other story.
Okay, cool.
So he had a play date that night. Put a Band-Aid on it, and
Literally, he put a Band-Aid on it.
right, like.
Yes.
Don't know how that worked. I'm curious as to what size Band-Aid. How did that fit the scrinkly, crunchy?
Flexible skin. Like, how did it even stick there?
Clearly, you trimmed really well, or maybe it just stuck to the leftover hairs after you
Oh my gosh.
after you've almost dismembered yourself.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Ouch.
But full disclosure to the play partners, and everyone laughed. They still had a great play night.
They did.
But
Kudos to them.
extra careful around the wounded testicle.
Of course.
I think there was a battle in World War II, wounded testicle. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Oh
Maybe
my
it was.
God.
Maybe it was earlier.
So, is it time for my story now?
You
don't
can
know
do
about
your
that.
story, and then I'm going to get into the
Okay,
disclaimer.
cool. So, my story, of course, I don't have testicles. Surprise, surprise. But I was married before, and my husband loved to go commando, just like you do, right? I'm so lucky to be married to large men with no panties. And so he was getting dressed for the day.
Oh, God.
He wore jeans. And he zipped, oh my God, it's so hard to say. He zipped his scrotum into the zipper of his jeans. He was in so much pain. He called out for me. I came into the bedroom and I was freaked out because I am not going to be in charge of that zipper because holy crap. So it literally had gotten pulled up into the zipper just like fabric does.
This has to happen so often because it was actually in the Something About Mary, the movie with Ben Stiller. And
it was. I don't remember that part.
Yeah. He zipped his scrotum up. They, of course, greatly exaggerated because somehow he got the zipper over the scrotum and past the scrotum, which is not freaking possible.
Yeah.
But kudos to the special effects guys for making every single man watching the film just roll into the fetal position on the floor of every theater and living room across America and just say, oh, fuck no. What? No. Why did you show that? That is so
We have to watch that movie again.
It's a good movie.
So anyway, yes. I tried to help. I tried to assist. I felt really nervous. I was really freaked out. Eventually, he had to pull the zipper down.
Breaking beans.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain. It was not a pleasant experience, and it was very painful. You know?
I have not.
You have not.
I am knocking on wood.
Never
done that.
I know.
Well,
probably because
I've almost pinched. I've pinched it, but I was not dumb enough to keep pulling. I backed off the first nibble. If you dangle your tackle in the water and the fish start biting, pull it out. All right. Now there actually is a serious disclaimer. So when I looked up testicle shaving, manscaping, a Reddit post came up and a guy actually was like, this is serious. This is really serious, but bad shit can happen. And I was like, oh, okay. So according to this Reddit poster, that any infection on the scrotum needs to be treated as a medical emergency to avoid dun dun dun. And there's a link to this if you really want to read something horrible, because I didn't even look at it because I'm not going there.
You didn't look? I can't.
Hell no, I'm not going to look at this.
I'm going to look at it.
It's called Fournier's gangrene.
What the fuck is that?
Well, as soon as they said gangrene, I was like, no, pussy
I'm looking
testicles.
right now.
I'm not going. I'm not clicking on it. I'm not going to look at it.
I see it. It's gross.
Okay, so check this out, guys. This is a rapidly spreading condition with a 40% mortality rate.
What?
With treatment.
Oh my God.
So anytime you have any problem with your balls, go to the doctor immediately. All right. So I put that out there. I read it. I had to pass this on. Holy fuck. If you've trimmed your junk to the point where you've infected it, probably go see a doctor. If you just got a scratch, I don't think it's going to get gangrenous, but you know what? Soap, water, clean if you've cut yourself. And clearly, you haven't been keeping your razor clean if you're getting gangrene. If it's infected, if it starts getting red at all or infected at all, oh yeah, hell yeah, go see a doctor, because there's nothing like losing your balls or your penis to an infection. I put the link in here. Click at your own risk.
Okay, so I will say, because I've looked this up now that Ed started talking about it, because I had to look.
Don't look. Don't do it.
I went to Wiki, and there was a really gross photo there. About 1 in 62,500 males are affected per year, so it's not a lot, but it's this type of gangrene can happen to anyone, more so males, but it also happens to people that have blood sugar level issues. So if you're like an alcoholic or a diabetic or malnourished, you're gonna have some issues. So, also if you're not very clean and hygienic, it's gonna cause a lot of issues. But still, don't mess around.
Yes. So, which gets me back to the electric trimmer. So, I'm 100% love my Norelco trimmer. I wouldn't put that anywhere near my testicles if you paid me.
Oh.
I've pinched myself with a hair trimmer, and I have pinched myself shaving my legs before with an electric trimmer, because anytime the skin kind of puckers up or it's a little loose.
Yep.
Testicles are not the smooth like a leg hair or a face hair kind of thing. I don't want little basically hedge trimmer blades anywhere near my junk.
Right.
Not going there.
Okay, so what do you use?
Straight up razor and soap. So
wait,
the face razor that I use,
like a 3-blade razor?
3-blade razor.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so how does this happen? Because your balls are like, loose
underneath.
And like they're not tight things.
No. But in a hot shower, your balls tend to stretch out a little bit.
Right. So then how?
Well, what that allows you to do is pull them.
Yeah.
So that the skin is flat. And then you can use a regular razor and you can shave them.
Huh. Okay. Kind of like what I do with my labia.
Exactly like what you ladies do with your labia. You kind of pull them a little bit and you shave them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the big trick is, once again, I cannot stress this enough, do not use disposable razors.
No.
The heads don't move around. They don't adjust. They're very rigid. So if you get the wrong angle on them, you're guaranteed to slice something. You do not want to slice your testicles. See the Wikipedia article about Fournier's gangrene.
Reference Wikipedia.
Yeah. But using an electric trimmer, supposedly some of these manscaping razor companies will say it's skin safe. Sorry, don't trust the marketing. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So I just use a regular face shaver. Safety razor works really well. You kind of pull the balls. The trickiest part about shaving your balls is you miss hairs. Ladies, you can empathize with this.
Yep.
It's hard to get all the hairs on your leg because you get them wet and they slick down. You can't see them.
Right.
And so you end up having
the light's
to
not necessarily great.
Quadruple shave an area just to make sure you got all the weird strays.
Yep. And not only and only until you step into the sunlight can you find all those random hairs, which
is absolutely why we recommend nudist resorts and getting naked as often as you can in public, because you got to check to make sure that you got all the hairs. And sunlight is the best way to do it.
I've considered taking a razor blade when I'm at a nudist resort, because you look down, you're like, God dang it, does it hurt? But yeah, my neighbors probably really appreciate when I step out on the back patio in the sunlight and shave things I didn't get while I was in the shower. At least until the trees grow up, and then they won't be able to see me anymore. But until then, I really don't give a fuck. They're super cute. Too bad they're not swingers. They have young kids.
Know that they're not swingers. We haven't thrown the bait out.
No, we haven't. But I doubt it.
I kind of doubt it too, but you never know.
They have all these... Yeah, never mind.
That. Yeah.
They have all these other organized events in their backyard, and so not but they're frequent enough where I think that they're probably still invested in that type of organization.
Could be.
Yeah. Okay.
The other last bit of advice when shaving the balls is soap and rinsing often. So as you, especially with longer hair,
Yeah.
as you shave with a razor, your razor will get clogged up. So run it under the shower head, clear it out, and begin shaving again.
Why don't you try, you know what? I'm going to buy you that Good Clean Love product, cleanser for men. You might want to try that. They have one. Yeah. They have one for women's, that's pH balance for women's vaginas and the.
I'm open to trying it.
Because then it won't get clogged. It's more of a gel.
The trick is the hair and the length of the hair. So if you trim often, the hair won't build up as much.
True.
But you still want to rinse between strokes.
Really? I don't.
Well, especially with facial hair.
Well, yes.
There's a lot of hair in there.
There's a lot of hair. But your balls don't have that much hair.
My balls are fairly sparse. I don't have like particularly hairy balls.
No, I wouldn't say that you do.
But I also trim pretty regularly
That's
too.
true.
So who knows? Maybe I'm just like keeping the jungle at bay. But the big trick is shaving the balls. And actually, I forgot this in the notes, but gentlemen, if you like to get rimmed, some gentlemen do.
Oh,
or
yes.
if you like a woman who's just, you just want to be presentable everywhere.
Yeah,
Shave your anus.
I do. And I don't like to be rimmed, but I like to be presentable. Because you're gonna see it.
Don't want some random Sasquatch chocolate starfish going on.
Chocolate starfish. Oh my goodness.
Hairy
So
chocolate
how come
starfish.
you never, you might actually like my razor. Mine's a really nice razor. Are we to that part yet where I get to shave my labia?
Yes, we are. We can talk about labia shaving.
So I failed to bring the razor blade into the podcast room.
You use a Venus shaver.
Okay,
But
perfect.
Not the
just
crazy,
any.
like super extra,
No.
like lubricating strip
No.
Venus razor.
It's specific for shaving the private parts. And I will tell you, I did not fall for the marketing bullshit. And I was like, your crap's not going to work on me. I'm just going to try all this other crap, the disposables and any other thing. And it did not work. And I got tired of it. And I said, all right, I'm going for the marketing line. And I bought it and I love it. And it's worked great.
Now, is it a 3-blade or a 5-blade? I don't remember. I think it's a 3-blade.
It's either a 3 or a 4, and I love it. And I do change it frequently.
Yep.
And they said you use it 3 to 5 times, and you change it out. And I've never had a problem. I've never had a cut. It shaves amazing, and it is worth it.
Yeah. Now, I have used the Gillette Venus razors before for my face and my balls. Those work really, really good. The 3-blade Venuses, fantastic. But I will say, gentlemen, any 3-blade razor will also work equally well as long as it's not a disposable. As long as it's got that pivoting head, you'll be okay.
And I would say also, whatever you use on your face, don't use on your balls. Keep them separate, because the hair on your face is 10 times more rough and stout, and so you're going to dull that razor a lot faster. So keep one for the privates and one for the face. That's what I do. I use one for the legs and one for the privates.
Now I'm
Don't mix them
throw
up.
a monkey wrench in Phoebe's advice here.
Oh my gosh.
My testicle skin is actually more resilient, more tough than my facial skin. I have a baby face. I've got a really delicate, soft skin on my face. The testicle skin it's kind of like car tire rubber. It's pretty
What?
It's stretchy.
Then you should not have a problem with me sucking your balls into my mouth.
It's not the skin. It's the delicate, sensitive things inside the skin that I don't want sucked and bitten on. And you get really enthusiastic with your blowjobs.
I do. I get so enthusiastic.
Which I absolutely appreciate when it's around the cock. But the balls make me nervous, honey. But maybe, maybe it's an acclimation thing. Maybe you just need to suck my balls more.
I think I just need to do it more. And I don't do it more because I know you're nervous and I don't want to make you nervous and I want you to have a good experience, so I don't do it more, but I really, really
honey,
love it.
Baby, if your face is anywhere near my cock,
I know.
I'm having a good time.
You love it.
I'm having
But I like to change up the scenery while I'm down there.
Baby, you do what you want to do down there. If you're doing anything down there, I am happy. I'm just saying.
One of my favorite things is sharing your cock with another mouth. That is super fabulous.
Yeah, that's nice.
When there's one on one side and one on the other, that is probably honestly one of my top.
I think that's going to be an Olympic sport. The tandem cocksucking.
Tandem cocksucking?
I'm pretty sure it's an exhibition sport in the next Olympics.
I can start a petition for that. That would be great. We'll put that on Twitter.
I will frickin' sign up for that.
Tandem cocksucking.
I will be the equipment for that sport.
All right. I'll be there.
There's a couple other things that you wanted to talk about in terms of like labia and hair.
Yeah.
So a lot of women wax.
Yes.
The whole Brazilian wax.
A lot of my
super
swinger
scary
friends wax. Mm-hmm.
I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of me. I'm not sure my balls could handle that.
Yeah.
But supposedly, it works really well.
It works really well. I've had it done once, maybe twice. And I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of waxing. I'm not really a fan of waxing my legs or under my arms or my labia. It's extremely painful. What I have done is a lot of laser treatments before. Some of the laser treatments were great. So over the years, I still need a few more laser treatments. And I'm actually going to go back and have my good friend finish off the job because I am having to shave and I don't like having to shave those last few stray hairs.
I was going to say it's a couple
it's annoying
hairs.
It's a little more than a couple, but it's enough to be annoying.
I try to get down there as often as I can to inspect to make sure and I get pretty close. You do a really good job of
you do.
Trimming.
You get really close, almost close enough to touch. But I will say that the lasers now are way better than they were before. They're a lot more powerful. Everything's
refined the techniques over the years.
Oh my gosh,
and
it's
you
amazing.
Did this years ago.
It's so much different now, and you can probably get. Well, I can't estimate. Everyone's different depending on how many treatments you have. But I will say laser treatment has improved over the years. So I'm going to go get that done. It's so worth it. I mean, when you think about how much money you're spending waxing and the time, you just get it lasered off and it's done.
Now I will say, ladies, I kind of miss having a little bit of a landing strip kind of going on the top.
I have thought about that over the years.
The labia part where you're like really down there with the tongue and the mouth and the eating part.
Yeah.
Having no hair down there.
It's nice.
I'm okay with that being completely shaved clean.
Yeah.
But having a little bit of pubic hair, it's kind of 70s sexy.
I know, and you don't have
I got really horny watching all that vintage porn, and I kind of miss that.
I know. I agree. I have had a little bit of hindsight's 2020 and go, gosh, I really wish I hadn't lasered off all the top part because I've lost the flexibility.
Maybe there's a hair club for women.
Good gosh.
There's merkins.
The merkins. We could do the merkin.
But I don't want a toupee thing because that just comes off in your mouth and then you got to and that's awkward.
But if it's a little landing strip, maybe it's not as noticeable. I don't know.
What if we just got eyelashes and we just kind of glued them on?
I knew you were going to go there. It's a business now. We should start it. We should start one.
All right, we've gotten completely silly at this point.
So decorative, we could do in hair. You can do words like "fuck me" in letters.
Or just an
in
arrow,
hair letters.
just pointing down.
Yeah, that's what tattoos are for.
There you go.
Oh, I'll just tattoo on some hair.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So let's see. Are we done with my section?
We are. We have finished with the labia and the fact that I'm terrified of waxing, although I haven't done it. But
I'm thinking about Mrs. Red and no Mrs. Real and like her.
She's got a little bit of a landing script.
Does she? I didn't notice.
No, she doesn't.
She's very cleanly shaven, and it was very nice to be down there. Okay, continue. Otherwise, I'm really going to get sidetracked.
Yes, we won't talk about other vaginas that we've experienced and the joys of. Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, towel off. You've cleaned. You've shaven. Towel yourself off. Now, it's time for the blowjob.
What?
No, not your wife actually sucking on your.
You
penis.
get a blowjob after you towel off from a shower?
I blowjob myself.
Oh.
Every time I get out of the shower.
Wow.
Specifically, we have a hairdryer.
Yeah.
In the little shower area. Mm-hmm. And I will blow dry my testicles, the under parts, the taint, etc.
Why do you do that?
As well as my hair, so that I can prepare for that.
Oh, for the gel and the
for
fancy,
gel and whatnot. But one of the things that I found is by not only toweling off, but drying that moisture off, you reduce the moisture that you're going to trap inside your pants or inside of your fancy underwear if you wear them.
Right.
And that's going to reduce bacteria and smells and potential sweat. In other words, you're kind of staving off. You just did all this work to clean.
Yeah.
Get the moisture out of there, because moist balls breed smells.
Yeah.
So just blow dry a little bit.
Right. And I'm going to throw something in there, because you didn't put one of my favorite products that I like to use when we're swinging is Loom. And they have, I don't know exactly what's in it, but it's essentially, let's just say it smells really good. And it's like, God, what's the white powder that you put in the refrigerator?
Baking soda?
It's kind of like baking soda.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a.
Forgive me, I'm a little prepared for representing that product in a great way, but I love it, and it reduces any kind of odor. So you're on the dance floor, you're mingling all night long for hours, and you're sweating, and you will not smell. I will tell you, it's amazing. You can use it as a deodorant. It's pretty damn good.
Right.
So when I go to a swinger party, I put it all on the outside of my labia. I put it around my butthole, or anywhere it's gonna sweat, under the boobs, and I smell amazing. And I don't have to freshen up.
So
because I already smell
I may have
fresh.
to try some Loom on the
right.
See how that works.
I know. We'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah. The aftershave part, gentlemen, you like to wear cologne. I'm going to throw this out here. Go to a nice place. Try the aftershave out on your skin, because your skin chemistry will actually affect how the cologne smells. So
yes.
It smells good in the bottle, but it may not smell good on you.
And I would suggest going to Nordstrom's, because they have this perfume department.
Right.
Like, it's complete, just perfume. It's right near, at least they used to, near the cosmetics, and they will help you pick out a scent that works for you. It's kind
of an art.
Amazing. It was like custom. It was great. And you don't want to use too much, because I will say, if you've used a lot,
it'll choke you.
Yeah, and regardless of whether you've had a good experience or not with that play partner, at the end of the night, when I want to connect with you, I smell some other guy, and for me, that doesn't turn me on. I want to smell you. And so I feel like I have to take a shower to get the scent of somebody else off, so that I can have reconnect sex with you. And so I just don't want that extra and really, cologne sticking to my body in excess, right?
What that kind of just points to is, a little bit is good, too much, like don't bathe in the damn stuff.
Right.
So for me, it's a couple spritz on my chest. So like one on each pec and then one on my wrist. And then I rub my wrists together. So I get a little bit of the smell, but it's not overpowering. It's not too much.
Yeah, don't do it on your neck or face, please.
No, especially if you're kissing.
Yeah.
Because then you eat it and you taste it and it gets in your mouth.
And then you've kissed someone and then it's on them and then they went to kiss somebody else and then now the lady smells like a man.
Yeah.
So that's not cool.
But a little bit on your chest, they get the scent. They're not typically licking your nipples.
No.
There's some freaky chicks in there who are doing the nipple licking thing. I know Peter's all about that. And I know. I'm still trying to coming to terms with the nipple licking. Gentlemen, a little bit of moisturizer on your skin. You just soaped and scrubbed. Put some moisture back in. Seal that moisture in. You don't get the dry, flaky skin. Moisturizer is good.
And the eyebrows too, because the eyebrows can get flaky.
Yep. And everywhere on your face except for your lips, and you can use a little chapstick to kind of help with your lips. Hair products, whatever your favorite hair product is, I'm not going to go into that. I personally like a little bit of a pomade or a wax. Mm-hmm. It's nice and clean and dry, and it looks fun
Keeps your hair
and flirty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I cannot stress this enough. Brush your teeth. Floss
oh my
your
gosh.
Teeth, and some mouthwash.
Do we floss too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Brush, floss, and mouthwash.
Oh my gosh. What else?
Brush your tongue.
Okay. Yes, I always brush my tongue.
All right. And last but not least, we're now putting the clothing on. We're layering clothes on. Question, of course, is commando or fancy pants? So, do you wear underwear or do you go commando?
I just learned that Ed goes commando at all the parties.
Almost all the time.
I honestly didn't know that. And I don't know why I didn't know that.
You're usually not the first one in my pants.
That's true.
So you're not storming the beach.
That's true. So I'm not noticing when you disrobe because somebody's disrobing me. So I'm focused.
You're busy.
Yes.
Getting busy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I struggle with this. Cotton, synthetics, breathable fabrics, sweat, reducing that, I don't want any kind of bacteria going on. I don't want any kind of sweat going on. So in my mind, going commando means one less layer. My balls and my cock are not restricted. They're not sweating on each other. I'm not holding that heat in. Commando for me means I'm getting a little air circulation in there, which is fresher when she zips or unzips and whips it out. She's not going to get a face full of ball sweat. So that's
so thoughtful.
That's at least my methodology. Now, if you guys know, and I haven't done a lot of research about this, of a particular pair of underwear or fabric that works really good and doesn't have that problem, let us know. But for me, commando's pretty nice. It's kind of like the boxer shorts where you get a little bit of breathing room. Things circulate. Can't stress this enough. Dress to impress. Gentlemen, wear some slacks.
Yep.
Put on a nice dress shirt. Put some nice shoes on. Match the occasion. If it's a nice hotel party, dress like James Bond a little bit. You don't have to do the full tuxedo penguin suit.
Yeah.
But at least look like you're trying.
Yeah.
T-shirt, jeans, great for a motorcycle ride. You're going to go out in the countryside on your Harley. Not for a nightclub. Not for trying to impress the ladies.
I would recommend the Stitch Fix for men because it's kind of fabulous for several reasons. One, they will do a video interview with you that you have told me about, and they will match you up pretty darn well. In fact, you've gotten 3 or 4 boxes of stuff and you've almost purchased everything every single time.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Not only do I like that aspect of it, but I like the fact that it takes me out of the role of buying you clothes, because I had a relationship where I did that for my partner and it kind of made me the mom in the relationship, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, it's not back to school, guys.
Right. Because I was doing all the shopping, and so you don't want to fall into the mom role. You want to stay the sexy wife. Now, I will say, shopping with you, when we go shopping together and you are picking out things and I'm like, ooh, or I'm picking out something, I'm like, ooh, I really like that. Try that on. And then maybe we have sex in the dressing room. But yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
Right?
Or at least I'm taking pictures of my semi-naked self and sending them to you.
And sending them to me when I'm outside the dressing room. Yeah, that's really hot. So that's fun.
No.
Sorry, sidetracking.
Yeah, no.
Are we moving on now?
That's all good. No. The other
nice.
aspect of this is, I'm recommending a nice dress shirt and slacks. You're going to a pool party. Yeah, you're not wearing slacks.
No.
But you know what? If your swim trunks have got big holes in them and they look like you've just like worn them in the garage, like, don't wear them. Like,
I know. People are pretty good. People
tend to be pretty good, but I'm throwing it out there as just a sanity check. Dress nice.
We are going to a pool party next weekend, so please tune in. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I'm sure all kinds of naughty, wonderful things are going to happen. And I wanted to throw this in. Gentlemen, all of this stuff I went through, probably grand total takes you half hour, 45 minutes to do all of that. It's not a lot of time. I want you to be considerate of your wife, because it will take her 2 hours to get ready.
Yep.
Because not only will she do makeup and hair and a whole bunch of other crazy shit that I still can't process. My brain is unable to process all of that prep time that women go through on a regular basis. But she will also change her shoes and her dress at least
5.
I was going to say 2 times.
5
You're
times.
probably more accurate, Phoebe.
Yeah.
5 times.
5 times.
So in the meantime, while she's doing all of that, you've gotten dressed, showered, primped, shaved, trimmed. Get the go bag ready.
Yep.
Get anything that you need ready.
Yep.
Get your energy drinks for the night, whatever you need, and prep the rest of the party while your wife's still getting ready.
Yeah. And I would say somehow time it so that the dude is doing his shower well before or well after, because of our hair. Because if we're curling our hair, we don't need moisture in the shower area. So that's
showering
a problem.
before has been our technique.
Strategy.
Remember, it's not how you feel, it's how you look. And you look fabulous. Taking the time to groom and make yourself presentable not only makes you feel better, but it helps to give you that edge for those first or repeat impressions. If you look and smell like Sasquatch,
oh my,
she's going to run for the hills. So take a few minutes, make the effort. She'll appreciate it.